Hello. So it's April 1st, 2025. These are the random things that I learned today. Um, First one was a quote from the Gleanings of Baha'u'llah. The human soul is, in its essence, one of the signs of God. The human soul, in its essence, one of the signs of God, a mystery among His mysteries. It's one of the mighty signs of the Almighty, the harbinger that proclaimeth the reality of the words of God, Baha'u'llah. Yeah, I just saw this the first thing in the morning, and I don't know, it just sit right with me. The next thing is, I didn't know that, but apparently when you place dumbbells on your shoulder, like carrying them on your shoulder, you would engage more core when you're doing squats. The next thing was again from Michelle McDaniel's channel, and there she talked about how intermittent fasting may not work for people who might be struggling with binging, and it just really clicked for me because I always thought that fasting would work, and whenever I tried it, it didn't, and I would just indulge lots of food in a short period of time. And yeah, now I see that maybe my body wasn't wrong in that sense. I don't know. Next thing was in the book biography of Zero, A Dangerous Idea, and there the author talked about they were talking about Newton's, like, the first derivatives and all that, but then there was an appendix about his life, and apparently Newton's dad had died 2 months before his birthday, and her mother had left him at the age of 3, and the only contact they had was when he threatened to burn their house down. So burn the mother and her new husband's house down. So all the things that I've heard about Newton's, like, personality and things that he's done, it's kind of grim, but at the same time I'm just pretty fascinated and interested to know more about him. Yeah. So another thing, yeah. Anyways, next is, yeah, sometimes saying that I told you so isn't worth it. Like, you might say it, but it just hurts other people. Like, even if you're right, sometimes, I don't know, I'm just saying this to myself. I just should be more patient in so many circumstances. And yeah. Next is in the book The Housekeeper and the Professor. It ended today, and in there he talked about prime numbers and how 11 is like one of the best prime numbers, and it's Murayama's number. As we can see, he was a baseball player. And another 2 things that I learned was that there are 9 players at a time for each team, and there are 18 players in total for a baseball game. And umpire means judge in, like, as in the judge of the game. Again, another thing that I didn't know about prime numbers was the second part, that 4n plus 1s can actually be described as the sum of two squares. For example, like 13. So it says that all prime numbers can be divided into two categories. They're either 4n plus 1 or 4n minus 1. And the 4n plus 1s are sum of two squares, which I thought was really cool. This book in general was really sweet. I just really loved it, and yeah, I recommend that you read it as well. Next, I didn't know this, but just as the append function in Python, that it ends something to the end of the list or whatever you have, the appendix is the addition in the end of the book. That's what I really loved about it, and I just love learning new words and stuff like that. So the append function, as we said, it adds something to the end. Pop does the opposite, so it extracts that last thing. And extend is kind of like a append. If I'm understanding it correctly, extend more so accepts like a list as the addition. Another thing was when we want strings and lists can be converted to each other pretty easily with these two functions, split and join, because lists are mutable and their immutable form are tuples. So strings are also immutable, however, this is the only way that they can kind of be broken down. So when you want to convert a string to a list, we use dot split, and we use like something that is within the split. So if there's like let's say a space, we use that space to split those words into a list. And when we want to convert a list to a string, again we use that something, whatever we want, and dot join and the name of the list. So I thought these were cool, and I'm trying to like build my foundation in Python like pretty better. And a book that I've been really interested in is Python for Everybody. There's also a website. I actually downloaded it from their website. It's free, and they also have like videos explaining everything and like doing the exercises, which I thought was great. Next, I found out that Sister Michelle, this legend, she's from the Dairy Sisters, the series Dairy Sisters from 2018. I actually thought this series would be dated pretty earlier. I didn't know it was that long ago, but yeah, I just really liked it. I just really love her. Like the snippets of the show that I've seen and I've loved are all from her behavior and how iconic she is. And yeah, I'm not sure if I would watch the series or not, but I just love the character. Next, it was Max Miller's last video in Tasting History. I just love his work and everything. And what I've learned was that Romans would go to baths before having dinner, and they would just go to baths together, and then they would have like these dinners, and the perfect number for like the people to be around it was 9. And they wouldn't like be sitting and eating. They would be in this position as shown in these paintings, and there's like a couch thing that's called triclinium, if I'm not saying it wrong. And yeah, the perfect number of people to be in this triclinium are 9 people. And this was also a really cool quote from someone from that era that who's complaining about not being invited to this, to like a post, and they're saying, now I understand you don't like the sight of my bare butt, which is extremely funny. Next one is 2 things. I've been loving Greeny Math. It's a channel that I've discovered I don't know how long ago, but the instructor is amazing in explaining things. Another thing that I learned about lines is that the slope can be calculated as rise over run. So I just also think that it's an amazing example, an amazing like way to understand it, because it also describes the formula, like y1 minus y2 and x1 minus x2, whatever. And yeah, another book that I've been loving and I've just literally just started, it's The Joy of X. And from the first chapter, I've been loving this. Like an amazing writer, amazing everything. I've never thought of numbers as time savers and shortcuts, but in reality they are. It's like instead of saying like fish 6 times, we just say a number, and it's so cool. So again, numbers are shortcuts for counting by ones. So instead of saying fish, 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 we just say 4 fish. And again, addition is a shortcut for like counting by any amount, which is again so cool. Clamor is a word which means like shouting or demanding loudly, which I also didn't know. And another quote from the book is, math is always both invention and discovery. And like the invention comes from the questions and our approach to solving them, but the answer is just out of our control, and it's the discovery that happens in those answers. And yeah, amazing. Again, goodbye and have a nice day.